question. So Martin, so it has a grinding on it.
Chop.
Yeah. So I
How are you? Come on, tell me.
So I'm going to anchovy. It's a really big, strong flavor. Just it is the same way. So place them very nicely. Reinforce the flavor. So place it here.
I've got to wait for the postman today.
Okay. So here I've got the sweet absorbent. Okay, I've got
And then I'm going to go
the margarine
down to Jeweller's
and the fat pasta. I'm going to shove it quite
at this moment in time, I've got like 4 pence. That is it. Like, 1 pence, 2 pence, 3 pence, 4 pence. That is it. I mean, oh my God. What can I do with 4 pence? Nothing. It's crazy.
Just like that. So now we've got our herbs.
I keep seeing stars in my eyes. Do you reckon I need to see a doctor?
Anchovy. I should have done a little bit of olive oil.
I'll show you the stars. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do now.
Here it is.
So, voilà. Let's put the salt in here. Not too much. You can always add. You can take away. I'm going to divide it into
stars in your eyes. Oh, yeah.
One would be for the stuffing. I would add the crumbs.
Oh, that's more lamp.
So most of it. Well, let's see. That will be for the stuffing.
This is the French chap there. He is
fantastic.
Some food. I love cooking. So, like I say, I stopped cooking when I started getting sex. It went on forever. I was like, oh, seriously? I mean, come on.
Acidity, a bit of acetic acid here, vinegar.
I've just had a bath.
And lots of olive oil and water.
One day I might get some teeth, you know. I was offered some dentures and that, but they got lost, so, you know. And what's most upsetting is my umbrella.
Forgive me.
There it is. It's too short. I'm sure it's longer, and it's like, you know, the handle. But that's only going one. It's just like,
so now, all what you have to do is to
check this out. Here it is. This
all these beautiful flavors, textures. All these beautiful herbs.
I mean,
just because along, I'm going to
roll
it.
You see that?
Throw them back together, like that. And now, string it. Okay? At the moment, I'm wrapping this beautiful lamb like a Christmas present. So effectively, to keep all the flavors in. And of course,
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into a charity shop. I'm going to get another umbrella.
So my lamb is ready for roasting.
This is
all my vegetables, onions, garlic, carrots.
This is too short.
Okay, lots of herbs like rosemary and thyme. And I'm
placing
beautifully my lamb here, ready for roasting. So now, can you help me a little bit, please? To face the rain. Okay. Honestly, we should carry that one. Ready?
This is a load of bollocks. La 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 la. I'm going to have to use another umbrella.
Roasting is an amazing technique.
Handle.
I started to cook it.
I mean, it should be down here somewhere, right?
Then
I'm sure
someone
must have done something.
So now
no way
was
it that short.
A very, very sharp knife. Very important. We'll turn it around.
It's very sad news
yes,
to me. You know, I paid like, I don't know.
Nice.
But the fact is, this
is so important. You can see stuffing inside here. Look how gorgeous it is. The lump is really pink.
I might just send you to Burberry and say, come on, shoot me.
Beautiful lamb, salsa verde, which will bring the sunshine on your plate. Sure. Bon appetit.
Every day I wake up and I say to myself, what the hell? I've got some rings. Yeah, I'm talking about it. There's another three somewhere. I've got tons of cheers.
I truly have enjoyed myself at Hampton Court Palace and discovered so much of British history as a Frenchman. And I must say, I've taken real inspiration from Susan and his Gardies, who are absolutely amazing in their knowledge. You know what is wonderful about life? We keep learning.
I've got another friend
We
somewhere.
keep being curious.
Yes,
So much.
this one's a live.
Discover.
I think it's.
And that's what is so exciting.
Anyway, this one. There's this one. Oh yeah. I'll see some of these.
Food on ITV, sponsored by Waitrose.
Don't miss our new show where you can win the same prizes as the contestants in the studio. It's Britain's biggest interactive game show, and we've got a jackpot that gets bigger every week. And at the end of the series, one of you could win £1 million.
Now this is what. Cool. This reminds me when I used to go bowling.
On ITV1 and
I
ITV.
used to go skiing there as well.
I want to do one last job with you before I die. We are going to steal a painting from the biggest gallery in Spain. Can you guarantee that you're not going to go rogue? You two deserve each other.
That's exactly that was me.
Just nobody could.
New drama, Frauds, this autumn on ITV1 and ITVX.
My name is Nick Davies, and this is a story.
Oh yeah, I did. I was given.
Major police investigations,
I've got
nearly 40 convictions, and some of the most powerful people in this country.
One of these is the Blu-ray there. That's this one. This is the Blu-ray controls. That one is for karaoke machine.
Journalists have been breaking the law. This wasn't just the law.
There's the
This was
tape.
practice.
And this, I've got to repair.
Number 10 and murder. This matters.
Tin hats on.
Daniel Morgan, private investigator, was murdered. He was struck with an axe. 15
There's
years
the
of
tent.
investigation, and as yet, no one has been nailed for it.
We caught one conversation between Hillary and Alex Barinchak.
Who knows this much?
Some investigations are
Over in Portugal,
with the news of the world via him.
There's
These
this
so-called
copy.
journalists didn't find the truth, they just stole, they took. Since when did we become the tyrants? How does this in any way in the public interest?
There's another one of these.
Expose our kids to school and that.
This could get you in serious trouble.
I'm already in serious trouble.
If you can expose the secrecy,
Um,
you might
Some multivitamins and iron.
break the power.
The Hack
Mm,
starts Wednesday at 9
It's a
on
shame, got two
ITV1
pairs
and
of these,
ITVX.
oh, this is really. This one really good. I can't believe this. It's too short.
The jury have delivered a not guilty verdict.
Hang on, where's the hand?
As long as there's breath in my lungs, I'm going to
That's down here.
fight for our daughter.
I Fought the Law. Available now on ITVX.
Mr. Witness what? I believe my son was murdered. I don't think it was an accident.
Is that?
Cold Water
You know, you
continues
might see
tomorrow
me
at 9 on ITV1 and ITVX. We're crossing the border in beautiful North Wales on ITV1
I've
as we
got some of
join
these,
James Martin on his great
some of these,
British adventure.
My pens. I've got to find out where this goes. This goes on the wall somewhere. So there's a little bit I've got to stick it on. I'll stick a few bits
Rising
in.
recliner chairs and adjustable beds from Willowbrook. Sponsors,
Oh, yeah.
everyday favourites.
You ready for this?
Privileged in my job as a chef to travel to so many different countries, but there is a place that has it all. The farmers and phenomenal seafood. That is
the finest ingredient in the world. How good does that look? And it houses some of the greatest chefs in the world.
Yeah.
There just happen to be a few more mates. How good is that?
That's sensational. Absolutely sensational.
1919 for a copy. It's Spaceman, I think. I feel well. I was
Where is that special place?
Gordon is a more people sing. I've got but when I think about it, there's Flash Gordon, and there's also Flash, the darkest guy in the vet, and there's me, buddy.
My adventure continues, and I've crossed the border from Northern England
I was
into
giving these away
Wales.
when I was a kid.
Land of song.
I'll be doing that again. I'll be getting all my intelligent fired up.
But don't worry, you won't catch me singing. I'm here for the food, of course. I've got one of the country's best chefs, Stephen Terry, as my travelling companion.
Every child.
So you're going to show me around Wales then? I'm looking forward to
The
this.
skill.
That's the plan.
Do so much. Because they're going to start their born and they'll come out from a hole and before you know it, a lot of them have to go back in a hole. Oh my God. My life was crazy and I had to get myself some drink and start drinking and doing drugs. Oh, and not only that, you'll probably get nasty. And people do get nasty. There's people that actually laugh and have a good time, watching other people. There's so many guys. Yeah, this is why I've got iRobot. iRobot, this is my robot. My robot. There it is. Yeah, that's my robot. Yes, I'll just go and show you.
We're cruising through the lush country lanes of Snowdonia in northwest Wales, up of Mount Snowdon, and designated the first national park in Wales back in 1951. Our first port of call is Palais Hall in Dee Valley.
Anyway, I'll just go.
So here we are, Palais Hall, a five-star Chateau luxury hotel and restaurant.
Wow.
It's the perfect place for our Welsh adventure to begin. This sumptuously decorated Grand Victorian mansion is perfect for two sophisticated gents like Stephen and me. Yes, it's fair to say we're really starting off in style. But it's in Palais Hall's kitchen where the real magic happens. Head chef Gareth Stevenson is cooking up a real treat using the finest Welsh ingredients with a North African twist. How lucky are we?
Good chefs. Chef. Good evening.
Oh, very good.
Very well.
Good.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
So what do we have here then, Gareth?
Right, so we've got Welsh lamb from the Reedy estate down the farm. We've got loin, we've got breast, and then we've got also a tagine from the shoulder. It's got some Harish chickpeas, baba ganoush, and preserved lemon.
I love all those things.
Sounds good.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
It's not a bad start, is it?
Right. That's incredibly good.
Bon appetit.
Likewise. This is very refined cooking.
It is. I mean, the lamb breast as well. People don't use that so much. Chefs love it.
Baba ganoush, exceptional. It's a taste of North African kind of influence, the harissa, the chickpeas, just done perfectly in North Wales. It's just travelled very well, hasn't it?
It's all right, isn't it?
And this lamb is very, very good. Sensational.
So go easy because this is just a starter. I'm cooking for you next.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. Cheers.
I'll drink that.
No pressure. I love Gareth's Welsh lamb, and I think it's only right that I have a go at cooking with it for my first recipe. I'm keeping the flavours a little closer to home.
I think I'll put that up here.
How's about that for a Welsh valley? Absolutely stunning. When you're in a view like this, you've got to do a Welsh lamb, and I'm going to simply do it and stuff it with some lovely sheep's cheese and pay homage to my guest on my travels, Mr. Stephen Terry, because the first thing he cooked for me on television was gnocchi, and I never forget it. And that's what I'm going to serve with this beautiful lamb. So I'm going to start off with the gnocchi first of all, I've got some cooked potato
Oh yeah,
here,
there's
2 egg
my
yolks,
granddad's car.
some
My
salt and
granddad's
pepper.
car, right? It's my
Don't be
granddad's
frightened with the amount of seasoning as well, because you want to incorporate the flavour into here. Now, you could bulk this out with whatever flavour you want. You can put some basil in there, parmesan, but I'm going to use some of this lovely
Right, that's my granddad's car.
Welsh sheep's curd cheese.
I've
Just
actually
stick
got
that in there as well.
flour.
Flour,
Yeah, tracksuit outfit. Is,
and then just mix this together.
Just
Bring it all
if you've
together,
seen
as
this,
that is. I'm just going to take a little piece off. And then to make your little gnocchi,
That's
just
me.
break this off. So it's
When I was
easy
helping
to
next
work
door
with.
with my mother.
A little bit of flour on your board, and just
This is
roll it.
me on
It's a little
YouTube.
sausage. Well, long sausage.
And what else got? Let's
It's
see
not
that.
till
Oh
you
yeah, the
actually
weather.
make gnocchi, you realise how easy it is, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. The faffing about bit is the potato bit at the beginning, the cooking of it, but it's actually really simple to make once you get to that stage.
It's
And then
actually
you have your little gnocchi.
yeah.
So I'm going to just put
That's
that
right.
on the plate.
She's all right. That's Kathy.
Just get that pan
boiling
boiling.
senders, yeah.
Now for the
Real
lamb.
lovely.
You've got these wonderful
What do you
little
come out and have a
cutlets
meal
here.
with it? That'd be nice.
These have been sort of
This
French
is something
trimmed.
quite important. This
The
is
butcher's
about
removed
one
all the
man,
fat
one
from it,
universe.
which is nice, but I like that bit, you know. My
Jesus
mother loves
Christ,
those
it's
bits,
called
but they-
yeah. Here we go.
it's
There it
pretty.
is. That's my artwork.
But what I'm going to do is cut a hole right in here,
Yeah, one
hold it
man,
nice and flat,
one universe.
the blade of the knife in,
Jesus Christ.
creates a little
It's
pocket.
Gordy
Now,
G.
I didn't stuff this with anything foreign because I don't want the Welsh shouting at me on the TV and chucking stuff at me. I'm going to stuff
Right,
it
so that's pretty cool.
with a nice sheep's milk cheese, just a little bit. While I'm doing that, I'll actually get a little bit of it
Put that
on
somewhere.
to cook.
Over there. Oh, this is a bit
So
of a
that's going to go on there, a little bit of seasoning.
No.
We'll cook that for a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, I'll
Yeah,
prepare
actually,
the
but
rest
it is.
of our veg.
This
Now,
this
veg,
lady
I've
in
got,
question,
again,
she's
keeping
all,
local. I've got some lovely
gloves
leeks,
up and everything.
a little bit of spring
I'm
cabbage,
pretty cool. I'm
just
looking around
chopped up.
I'm
carrots,
Cub
these
Scout
lovely
Army
heritage
cadet.
carrots, basically just
I
cut
was
them
on
up.
a youth training scheme. I invited
And a
everybody
few
to the party.
leeks,
You know,
put them on the bias as well.
Youth training scheme
asparagus.
to my mum's. And we had
And
a
then
party,
these lamb
we
cutlets
just-
want to cook for about 2 or 3 minutes.
Surrounded the
Then I'm
whole
gonna add
house,
my
loads
veg.
of people.
Throw in our veg.
This is
Just put these in a
Optrex,
couple of
which I
minutes, something
sometimes
like
have to use to deal
Then I'm
with
gonna add
my
the
ears.
leeks.
Okay, here, at the moment.
Straight onto the griddle. Because they don't take very long to
Oh,
cook
this
at all.
is like got a bit of jewellery in. Whatever. Here we go. This is the cinema room. Yeah. Now, bonjour, monsieur. I am a prop. Yes, I am. Look at it.
So after a couple of minutes, that's all the gnocchi wants.
Yeah, I'm a prop.
Drain this off.
Right. Here we go. This is pretty cool.
Go straight into your little pan. Get a little colour on that. At the same time, we can take our lamb out. You can tell when it's cooked.
Right. Let's see.
That lovely cheese starts to
This is
just
the piano.
pop out of
Yeah,
there.
right.
Leave that to rest slightly.
That's a nice piano. It's
Look
probably
at
an
that.
overstrung one. I mentioned.
Crispy lamb fat.
This is King Charles. Here he
Get
is.
a little bit of colour on this gnocchi.
Something on his eye. I don't know what it could be.
Nice bit of colour on the veg. So we want to make the sauce out of this all in one thing together. In we go with a few bits of these little spring greens, because we're nearly there with this. It happens quite quickly now.
There.
But this sauce is like butter and lemon juice
Oh,
and mint.
His
So
nose is
we grab a little bit of mint.
This is
Chop this up.
yeah, before the alcoholic next
Sprinkle over
door
a little bit of
was
mint.
drinking so much. It
Now,
was crazy.
Good knob or two
Well,
of
she
Welsh butter.
before her it was my other friend.
Just a nice squeeze of lemon.
This
You
is
could use
where
a
they
little
were.
bit
They
of
was having a
lemon
holiday.
zest as well. It's very
Okay,
nice. Obviously, that spring green is going to take literally a minute
No,
to cook.
they come in this place and watch
Mix it all
Blu-ray films.
together.
It's great. It's really good actually. And there they
Bit of
are,
black pepper,
right into me.
some salt.
Because I was helping Kim. I was living in London,
Just a
right?
little bit of
And I
water.
went, I was a piano man. And then my missus decided to shag around and go with someone else and all that. She's a very person, that's what she is. Open her legs, open up to the world. Here I am. My name's Mel. I actually got fed up with saying Mel. Right, because her name's Melissa.
That lemon
Like I say,
and
not my
butter,
sort of woman, that's all,
little
no
bit of
way,
sauce.
I'll chat.
That's just
Do
a
you know what I
lovely
mean? But
plate
I
as it
was
is.
selling these pianos around the
Topped.
country,
With this
and when I
fine
didn't stop,
Welsh lamb.
well, she pissed off and left me to raise my daughter. So me and my daughter, we moved down to Lakeford
That
from
It's a
Showdon
fine
to
plate
Lakeford.
of food.
And then
Which needs to taste it.
we decided to go from the local over to Lord's Hill, the other side of the
See,
sea,
as I say, chef.
and help.
Go on then.
My mum
Well, this is
I
your
was
kind of
happy
food,
with
isn't it,
mum.
really? The gnocchi. I know
And
you
when I
love
was
your
selling
Italian
I
sort of
was
food.
shopping to see if mum was okay, but she was getting pissed off because she didn't want to happen to the neighbours. Yes, so I helped the neighbours, and the neighbour in question was well, there was Carol Pastor, lady, she passed away. And she had two sons, so that was quite bad to have that. And also, quite a lot of other families, but right next door to my mum was Kim Bacon, with her wives who were Claire, Amy, Adam, Clement, and Robert and Ian Arthurs. So that's not too far. I just had the Clements up to Derby to see their father. I sat there for an hour. I believe it was my Fiat Toledo, which is a nice car, really. Got them all in the car. And
I fulfilled a boyhood dream of getting up close and personal.
We sat.
I've never seen one of these as close as this. And I cook up the ultimate Welsh comfort food. You just know that this is going to be off the charts.
And this is that. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Rise and recliner chairs from Willowbrook. Sponsors everyday favourites.
Excellent.
Yeah. That's an off-shoulder day, I must say. Then there was that, after it happened to him, I ended up having another wow, so I'm saying there was a lady called Jane. Now, she comes to me and upper class, loads of money, so there she was telling me, where can you go? Anywhere in the world, you know where to go. And this is being pushed. I'll do this. I'll admit that. But like I say, now, what have I got? Ting, 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 I'm a bold man. Yeah, we got Mr. Bean on, see? Now, Mr. Bean, there was also Mr. and Mrs. Bean, obviously the one. It was Jim, and next door was Caroline Bean, and she had Matthew and Paddy. Next down was Ozzy. Yeah, me and Ozzy, we used to hang out in the woods together, mates and all that, you know. And then we did have a big fire in the woods. Bush and something. Up went the woods, I mean, the whole woods burned down. Yeah, oh dear. About time. Yeah, that's it. Well, you guys are pretty sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, we go on more years.
Contract agent or lioness?
Lioness.
Anyway, so yeah, after it happened, Carol and her friend, and also I looked at some of my cousins, partner and sister.
If we play this right, it is over before it's begun. You need to remember what you're fighting for. Lioness.
Here I am. It's crazy. I've been up for a few hours. I do get up early in the morning. It's crazy. It's the best time because you actually got no worries. I mean, you know what it's like when you see all the people about what they got to do. I mean, you don't have to worry about that.
This is Loose Women, and we are Looser Than Ever.
I'm actually hacking away all these
Big
bushes,
stars, big drama.
The jury have delivered a not guilty verdict.
When I first moved
You are already
it was
acquitted.
amazing. And it was a lady called Jamie
I'm
West
going to fight for our daughter.
This could get you in serious trouble.
Yeah, you see how many paid to this guy from the really, really
slept.
I'll say that.
I thought the law, the hack, and
Oh yeah, and not only that, we're all
Unbelievable this month on ITVX.
I did have a chat with her.
How could you write about this
I can understand how you
This is
want
her
someone to
story.
look at it. So it was 18 years of madness.
He's also my story.
This is me in Portugal. Now, when I was a kid, I was making beer and wine, and I got 3 brothers. And Mark, he was the one that ended up banging out a bit of cannabis.
One night,
And
available
there's Nick,
now
who's
on
quite
ITVX.
short temper, and he give me a little punch and all that. That's my other brother, the next one up.
Rise and
But the
recliner
very little
chairs
one
from
is
Willowbrook.
Russell. He's very
Sponsors, everyday
yeah, this
favourites.
is me in Portugal. But now look at the state of me. I've got no teeth, I've got no hair. I mean, you know, you're born with no hair. And you
Welcome
end up
back to my great British adventure.
no hair.
I'm in North Wales, in the foothills of
It's funny.
Snowdonia, to be
Yes,
precise.
that's me.
I'm with my mate and top Welsh chef
This is me
Stephen
when I was
Terry,
getting fat.
and we've been living it up in Palais
Oh, yeah,
Hall.
not only that.
I've sent
This
Stephen off to
is
find
some
top
there's my
secret
missus.
gin
Yeah,
distillery,
actually,
where I get
it wasn't
ready
my
for
missus.
something really exciting.
If you know what, this lady, you see this
Now,
lady?
if I'm honest, I wasn't very good at school.
she-
I wasn't very academic.
I really don't
I was
know
okay in
how
the kitchen, but there was
she
one
got into
thing
a
that
relationship
fascinated
with
me in my childhood.
I,
More than
I really
any
don't
other,
know.
and
I
that
don't know
was
how she
birds
managed to
of prey
come to my mum's
falconry.
house
I
and
was
get
just
it, get it on with
obsessed
me.
with it.
But I know she
So
did come
this
to my
is
mum's,
a
and we did
boyhood
go to the
dream
front bedroom and
come
we got it
true.
on.
If I'm honest, slightly
Yeah,
nervous.
but like I say, she had a nice sister from
But fear not,
Victoria.
because I've been taken
but,
under the
I mean,
wing of professional
Victoria
falconer
ended up
Clive
with Mark
Jones.
Harris. Mark Harris. Well,
What he doesn't know about these wonderful creatures is
And
worth knowing.
yeah, Victoria, what happened? I mean,
Right.
NHS
Good to
managed
see
to get
you.
rid of the situation.
I'm looking forward to
and now
this.
you're off to
So,
football.
tell me
You're
about the
round
history of
so
falconry
very
anyway.
good.
It's a fascinating history. It's been running.
She didn't want me to film her, but I did.
Absolutely,
I
6,000
helped her.
maybe. It was the unique way of bringing back food, wasn't it?
Sat with her. She didn't want people to see how big she
We're going to
was.
start with this little
She looked
fella.
like a
This is an
princess,
American
and
kestrel.
suddenly after
This is called
NHS get their hand on you, you don't know what's going to happen.
got a
This
6-year-old
lady,
squeak.
I
They
just see
were
the
quite noisy
news,
when they
and
were
this
young.
lady,
So how do you hold a bird of
amputee,
prey
and
that
all
I know
that.
them
I say what
from?
NHS, you're
Well, what we're going to do, you're going to need a branch.
I
Basically.
don't
I'll
want
tell you
near
what.
the NHS at all, whatever.
Well, that's a kestrel.
No, I say, yeah, I make people laugh.
And if he goes up in the wind, if you put it in
I
perspective,
was thinking about
he looks
positive,
like that, really.
positive
Just so
vibes all
emphatic.
the time. It's about the goodie bag guy. That's my name.
Falconry is a
Guy.
fascinating
And
part of British
2022 when
heritage.
she moved
And
out,
even today, many falconry phrases are still used
buy
in
so much
conversation,
peanuts
such as
and
under
you
the
don't,
thumb,
you don't pay
wrapped around your
much.
little finger.
So I ended up being, I am an artist, as you say.
Other species in Clive's flock include the European kestrel.
Oh yeah, I'll show you my pictures. Yeah, hang on, I'll show you these guys, right? There's my guy, right?
A lovely little llama. Look at his face. He's got
Yeah,
his eye on
so
everything. If you were a pigeon,
the
fly,
housing
you'd
company that
proper
owned this
break
place,
yourself, wouldn't you?
actually, what they
A
did do
23-year-old
is
buzzard
they
called Charlie.
destroyed all
I've never
this
seen one
stuff.
of
They
these as
destroyed it
close
all.
as this.
There was some little fishes down there, right? And they were actually putting the fishes in a bin, and they destroyed it all.
Upsetting, he's on my arm.
I mean, that looks like right?
And last
But
but
they
by no means
destroyed
least,
it. I
the
couldn't
steppe
believe it
eagle
myself.
called Kira.
God,
We've
you
got more
serious?
heavy duty gloves on for this
Yeah,
one. This one
so what it
We
is,
have, we've got triple skin glove
there's my
now.
daughter, there she
They are
is,
extremely powerful with the feet.
there's me.
If-
I don't have to
if
look like my brother. I look like my
About
brother.
how she's got his biting.
Like what?
Anything really. Bare flesh,
Here
little
is
bit of that jacket.
that lady Kim.
She's always got
Kim,
looking for
you were calling me the
looking for
family friend.
flesh to.
Because
She
you
has
knew
done my
I
ear a
would be
couple
single
times.
and
She's around about the £10 mark. Would you like to have
mother?
Oh, yes, John.
Yes, so I have the lady.
Particularly, but you know, how big is she?
She's 6 foot across the wingspan.
I'm like,
Yeah.
come on!
Notice when I
Yes,
take her
I'm
off,
like,
she let go of your hand a little bit
this
better.
is
What is the
happy
hook
chap,
related to?
King Charles, and that lady I love.
She's very heavy. She's overweight. She's moulding at the minute.
Overweight? What
Yeah, I was
what
up
would she
down
eat?
the
How
line
much
with
would she
Somerset
eat?
all the time.
Well, I mean, when we first got her, she was
some of my
eating up to a good 3/4 of a pound. And we're feeding
It's
her
on an
mainly on
envelope.
bread
If
and
you're an
quiet
artist,
at the minute.
you're
I'll let you-
never
I'll
going
let
to
you take
stop.
it, 'cause she's quite heavy.
Keep on going.
Okay, just
And
open
this
your
is
hand
me
up.
writing on an envelope, right?
She's very heavy. She's unbelievably heavy. She's ridiculously heavy.
Quite rude to ask a lady how much she weighs, but it's proper. I wasn't going to argue with that one. I mean,
She's,
amazing.
Although she's fat and not flying well, but we're still flying her to the fist every day
Is that
just to keep her in contact.
So,
Oh, yes.
so talking of flying, can we see some of these in action?
I
Absolutely
could
right.
draw a
I've
million
decided to let
things.
Clive put Kira safely
Yeah, that's what
back
it says
on her
about
perch. Not that I'm scared or anything. Yeah, right. I just think little Pip is the bird
Right,
for me.
so that's that really. There's a bit more.
So this is the bit that I've been looking forward to be honest with you. We've got our camera mounted up, so you can see this little fella in action. But it should come low and fast. Really low. Really low.
Actually, my thoughts are put on paper for everyone to see.
There's something amazing about this. Incredible. Send him off. Yeah, he's having it for the rain.
No, that's the way it comes from. That's quite cool.
How incredible is that?
Right.
What a magic bird. Dream come true for me. It doesn't get much better than that. But I'm going to cook a wonderful Welsh dish that comes pretty close.
Mate.
You'll like this one. A cheesy potato and lamb pie. So, first of all, it starts off with some onion. Now, think of this like a shepherd's pie with a Welsh rarebit topping. That's what we're doing with this.
I've had this years in paperwork.
Some butter in the pan. I'm just going to soften up the onions. You don't need to brown them too much.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I've got some minced lamb here. Now, try and get the best quality you can afford, because the better quality ones are always leaner. And I want to brown this slightly. So that's why it's a good idea with the onions, not to brown them too much to
There's my
start
daughter
off
when
with.
she grew up.
Just want to colour the meat a little bit.
There's my dad. I'm actually looking a bit
So once
skinny.
your
Well, I'm a bit
onions
like
and
racy
your
in
lamb is in
because
there,
there was
then we're gonna add
a guy that
little bit of
when I was a child, he
Worcestershire
was
sauce
jealous
for
man.
a nice flavour.
His name's Alan Snook, and
Some
what he
stock.
was doing,
Now,
he
it's quite
smashed my
difficult to get
bottom
lamb
and
stock
beer on the
nowadays.
floor.
You can either use
Very
beef
aggressive.
stock
Big
or
fat
chicken. But cover it over,
bastard.
bring it to the boil,
Knock
cook
it
that
out.
for about
Actually, I heard
15
he
to
got
20
stabbed.
minutes.
Yeah, because I picked
While
up
that's
the car
cooking,
and
we
he
can
was
make
driving.
our rarebit.
Do you know what?
For
He's
that,
never had a full
we
license.
need some really
drive,
good
but
quality
he's always
cheddar
driving
cheese.
all the time, you know.
Grate
It's
it
like,
up.
it's
To be
like,
honest, you can make
what's going on with the
rarebit
police?
with
I mean,
anything you
you know,
want. Any hard
do
cheese
they
anyway.
let
but
people like that get away with
plenty of
what
it.
they do? I mean,
We can then
that,
make
I've
this
got a
with either
6
milk or
steak
beer.
from someone
My
called
preference
John, who's
is the brown stuff.
there was a family.
Don't
next
ruin this
door
and use lager.
took him,
It's got to be
and
proper
that was,
ale.
like I say,
Now,
they
before we
knew,
heat this up,
me and the family,
spice
next
this
door
up
and everybody.
with some Tabasco.
And they did say in the statement
Bit of Worcestershire
about
sauce.
Alan Snook driving up on the
Some
pavement,
English mustard.
very aggressive.
It's quite hot.
Now,
and
I remember
fiery,
when I was on the
this
back of a
mustard. It's a
mountain.
must for this.
I think it was
Turn
I
the
don't know
heat
what
on
it was,
now
very fast.
and melt this. What you
like
mustn't do with
GT or
this
whatever
is
it was.
boil it. If you boil it, it
Whoa.
splits and separates.
Maps and road.
Started off on a low heat.
Like little
Allow the cheese to melt first.
Whoa.
and
Driving
gradually
like
turn
a
it up.
twat. I was like, shit,
Well,
man.
that's
You know, I
melted.
was like,
Pepper
I
and
remember
tray.
that. He's a dodgy
Now,
character.
just want a little bit of greaseproof paper.
Yeah.
Which is a good job.
So
because
this
that's
is
all I've
me
got.
with my daughter's mother.
Stick that on there.
But I mean, we never
It's
got
all about this cheese. As soon as it's all
I
melted,
don't know
this
what
nearly is anyway. You don't have to be too precise with it. Take a touch of flour.
you know, this is thing.
Keep it on the heat.
Pamper,
Now, this
yeah.
will cause the mixture to thicken up slightly before
always
it boils
another
again.
thing.
Take it off the heat. That's
I got
kind
a
of the
few
texture that
I've
you're
had
looking
in
for.
cases. This is
That almost looks like sort of choux pastry, really.
This is great. This is
Now, before I put it onto our tray, you can season this up. Black
I ended
pepper,
up paying
pinch of salt,
1,800 quid for a bloody yard.
then we need 2 egg yolks.
But I mean, like I say,
Straight into the mix.
you know,
What the egg yolks are going to do is nicely colour this when it's under the grill. And then we just pop it straight onto our paper. Leave that.
yeah, good advice for chimes.
Now for our
keep calm.
potato topping.
Carry on. Yeah,
Now
no,
you're making
you got to try and
quite
carry on
firm
if you can.
mashed
But
potato.
like I say, you'll get these
I've
big
been quite
blocks in your
criticised
face,
over the years about
you
my
know, and it's
potato.
definitely
Mainly
got
because
those, you know,
I
big
think it
fat
should be
motherfucking
equal quantities of potato, cream,
It,
and
it was
butter,
quite
to be
scary,
honest.
I must say.
But
I've got
it
people
slightly
still
less
to this place where
butter
I'm
and cream
living
for
right
this
now.
one.
There's still
Just going to top
scary
it with
motherfuckers.
cheese.
Not
look,
nice at all.
Bit of double
You've got to be
cream,
careful.
seasoning. These are basically just baked
This
potatoes
is
that I put through a
really
little
the thing
potato
I've
ricer,
done,
just to make sure
oh yeah,
they're
this
nice
is pretty cool.
smooth, really.
Now a policeman actually
I'm going to finish off
put
the
me in a
lamb with
situation. He
a
took
good
my
bunch of chopped parsley, season it up with salt and
my
pepper.
phone for some reason because he's a
When your
weirdo.
lamb
That's what he is. He's a
It's
big.
about there.
Anyway,
Have a quick
yeah.
taste.
So this got squashed. I've got to fix this. I've got to
We can then
literally fix this.
transfer it onto our oven dish. Take some of the juice in there as well. And then you've got this warm mashed potato that you can just basically dollop on. It's looking good, but the best bit is yet to come. What you do is you stick your dish on your oven tray.
It's really cool, actually.
Take your big bit of cheese.
Oh. I had some other stuff that did damage, because
you just know that this is going to be off the
to get
charts.
this, I couldn't see nothing. I had no electric.
Everything's hot.
At the moment,
all you need to do is pop this under the grill
I
for
tried
about
to
5 minutes.
yesterday, but the woman hung on the phone because I was talking too fast. But I was trying to say about my life and how I
if you want to
decided
cook it
when
from cold in an
2022
oven,
the goodie
take
bag
about 40 minutes.
but it's a new idea. Now, like I say,
You do that
I'm
with
an artist. I
salad.
will show you some art in a minute.
You really need
Well, let's just scribble.
It's frozen
This
peas.
is
In the pan for no more than about 20 seconds, and then you just take a wedge out of it.
here's the key. And my granddad was actually building shit.
Not forgetting peas.
Yeah. And I covered the country with piano.
Just to finish this off.
I'll be getting some more of these, right? I'll be
dish is
getting
now
loads of fun things to show. The idea is,
Welsh
goodie bag
rarebit
guy
with
sets the
shepherd's
coffee
pie,
shop
a match
and
made
gives
in
away
heaven.
loads of
And
bags
just the
filled
thing,
with
on a
goodies,
drizzly Welsh day, after a spot of
whistles,
fog,
horns,
or
t-shirts,
any time really, it's that good.
like when I say t-shirts, it'd be like a doctor.
Coming up, Stephen locates the secret gin distillery.
But a child wearing it. I think I'll be this good. It'll be amazing. I'll be a really
And I
good
use the gin in a
or
very
a doctor,
indulgent
or whatever it might be.
less is more.
Yes, so here we go. We know that, don't you? You know that.
Adjustable
Follow your
beds
dreams.
from
This is it,
Willowbrook.
see? Now, like I
Sponsors
say, you've got these
everyday
ideas. You
favourites.
could be derogative, and you could be quite nasty. You could be.
This is a story
Uh,
that ends
you might be
in
laughing when you see someone cry. Now, this is something you've got to think about.
Some of the most
I
powerful
suggest what you
people
do
in
is
this
you
country
make someone
vote to their
smile.
being
And,
presented. So
you do whatever you can to make someone smile.
endemic.
All right?
Endemic.
Thousands.
Shit. Hang on.
Hats on.
Oh. Aha.
Daniel Morgan, private investigator, was muzzled. He was struck with an axe. No.
This is a nice picture which I managed to get my hands on.
And Alex Parrish. He was last night. Southern investigations occasionally do.
Bonjour. Yes, I'll have a laugh. Thank you very much. That's very lovely. It's my question. Here it is.
These so-called journalists didn't find the truth. They just stole. They
Yeah.
took.
This is a bit of artwork. Here we go. This is well known. This is definitely the This is a child. He's about 10 years old. He's got a bandana on, and he's really happy with the future.
Starts Wednesday at 9
Yeah,
on
this is it. Think about
ITV1 and ITVX.
Oh, sounds busy in there. What is happening?
Let's have a look. Let's see.
Here is your wall.
There it is. Yeah, I've done. When did I do this? I've done this.
I don't know. Never watch it. Come on, it's
21st and 6/01. Now I moved into this place.
Let's find out if Britain's got time. Coming. Look how tired.
It's very cold.
This is a song for the soul. Oh, it's not too late to change. You know you can find your ways.
The iconic series Broadchurch. Stream free on ITVX.
Right.
Yeah.
Fancy a cuppa?
Sure.
How was the day at school?
It was alright.
There you go. What about that girl, Sophie? You spoken to her yet?
No, but whatever.
So it doesn't bother you?
No, not really.
Okay. Look, you know you can talk to me, right? I'm here.
Actually, Dad, it's just that anytime I go over to her, she doesn't talk to me. She walks away.
and creatures of the night gather to twist these hours.
What to be afraid of?
Their one purpose in this afterlife
I hope.
to make you judge.
Oh my God, Lily. Whoa.
That's my daughter. That's my daughter. That's Rebecca, Louise White. And this is my dad's daughter. And my dad's daughter, this is Rachel. Now she is a drug dealer. She's definitely a drug dealer. Yep. There she is. And there's me.
Adjustable beds from Willowbrook. Sponsors everyday favourites.
Welcome back to my great British adventure. I'm in Snowdonia, and so far I'm having the perfect day. It's a dream come true for me. While I was living the dream with some amazing birds of prey, I sent my travelling companion, Stephen Terry, off in search of a small batch gin distiller in a secret location. Hopefully, he's found it by now.
Oh. So I'm literally here, North Wales, in the middle of nowhere. And I'm here to meet Chris Marshall, who is the founder of Foragers Gin. And as the name would suggest, we're going to be doing some foraging. Hey, Chris.
Hello.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
What's going on here? What have we got here?
So we've got elderflower here. We don't actually use elderflower in foragers, but we do use elderberry, which will be a couple more months.
So what other botanicals make foragers?
So we use 6 in total for foragers yellow label. So everything from juniper, which grows on the side of Snowdon, sea buckthorn that grows around the coastline. We then get this kind of central sweetness from apple and elderberry, and then the floral notes come from gorse flower and heather.
So it's all in abundance, all around us,
all on the doorstep, all within a few miles from the distillery.
Fantastic. There's so much of this around, and it's everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is gorse. As you can see, it hasn't got its yellow flowers on it now. It's actually, the flowers have now kind of turned brown. We actually foraged these already this year. So gorse is very much a kind of a spring flower.
Yeah.
And what we get from that is an aroma which is quite tropical. It's almost like coconut smell when you walk past a gorse bush when it's in full bloom. But the flavour it gives us is a soft, subtle kind of mountain floral note.
Sounds amazing. So how long would it take you to harvest, the gorse? For instance, you say you use thousands of flowers?
Yeah, so we probably forage and deep freeze about 80,000 gorse flowers each year. So 80,000 flowers will take our small team of 2 or 3 people about 3-4 days.
Absolutely amazing. And you're not running out of it, are you?
We're not running out of gorse. No, there's plentiful supply of gorse and elderberry and everything else we're using, apart from perhaps juniper. Juniper is the one which in the UK is suffering a little bit. And so what we're going to do with juniper is we're actually going to start a juniper conservation project. It's going to be 10 years until we have a berry that we can use, but it's about making sure that we protect the landscape that gives us our flavours when we're taking botanicals from it.
Well, it's been amazing, absolutely amazing to come here at source and see, your botanicals growing and where it's all the ideas are born from. So I think, let's go and taste and get out the rain.
Let's go see the distillery.
Fantastic. So looking forward to that. So how big is the still?
So our still is 150 litres. It limits batch size, but actually that's important to me.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so this is our top secret location where it all happens. And really what I want to do is just take you through the two foragers' expressions.
Please do. So Black Label is the gin with 2 botanicals, juniper and the sea buckthorn.
Absolutely, yeah, spot on. So very, very bold in its nature. We wanted to create a very bold gin that was really a celebration of the botanical which makes gin gin.
It does. Oh, hello.
Good, eh?
It's still going. I mean, it's only just beginning. It's all like the receptors on my my tongue. Now it's coming down here. Now it's beautiful, and it's like that classic juniper.
Yeah, and then right at the back, you almost get kind of an orange peel kind of feel to
Yeah,
it, which delivers that nice kind of undercurrent of citrus, warming citrus.
But also kind of what you probably find is kind of that mouthfeel.
Yeah.
We wanted a gin with a really, really high viscosity, almost kind of that 2% fat milk feel to it.
That's exactly what that does.
Yeah, and this comes from a few things. One of them is that we use very, very long maceration periods. So all those botanicals that kind of we talked about, we went to see, we actually let those rest for 6 weeks in spirit. Most distilleries will probably do 24 hours.
But you could drink that neat, quite happily. I mean, that's just insanely good. That's incredible.
So this is Forager's Yellow Label. This is the one there with 6 botanicals.
Yeah.
It's a lot more about summer. So just have a little taste of this.
It's got that viscosity again, a great viscosity. But as soon as it's in your mouth, you feel it's lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are more characteristics because of obviously the 6 botanicals as opposed to the 2.
Of course. But you should still pick up on kind of that nice drying juniper, and then kind of right at the end, once it's kind of been in the mouth a little while, that's when you really start detecting those kind of mountain floral notes coming from the gorse and the heather.
It's absolutely delicious. I'm torn between the 2, if I'm honest.
This is why we have 2 in the range. It's just like in the wine world, you have white wine and red wine, and they're polar opposites.
Well, Chris, it's been absolutely amazing meeting you. What you create with the Welsh Botanicals is fantastic. Just being pure, sticking to your guns and no compromise. It's amazing what you can achieve, and it's pretty much perfection. And in Wales.
And in Wales.
And to you, James, I know you like your gin. Get some of this.
Don't worry, Stephen, I have done, mate. And I've got the perfect recipe in mind for the Black Label stuff. Now, in the world of recipes, you wouldn't think you could do a lot with gin, but what it goes brilliantly with is cherries. I'm going to do a cherry chocolate and gin cake. This is proper. So the first thing we're going to do is make a syrup and make a jam. So the syrup, we're just going to use neat gin, and I mean neat gin, straight into the pan, and just a little bit of sugar. And I'm going to get this boiling away nicely, and the jam is done exactly the same way. Sugar and gin. As soon as this comes to a nice little thick syrup, then we throw in the cherries. And we boil this rapidly for about 5 minutes. Once cooled, it goes into this amazing jam. Fabulous. Over here, you need to watch that. Now, as soon as your stock syrup is ready and the flames have disappeared, we can then add the cherries with the stalks. They're going to infuse in that syrup, but I'm going to use these cherries as a little garnish to go with it. All the while, you can see how quite simply it is to make this jam. So as soon as that's come up to the boil, cook this for about 3 or 4 minutes, switch it off, and leave it to one side. Meanwhile, we can turn our attention to the cake. For this, we need 9 eggs. Now, at the same time, we can add sugar and whisk this up first of all. Now, once the mixture is nice and light, which that is, you can incorporate a little bit of vanilla bean paste. You can just take about a teaspoon. It's quite strong, this sort of stuff, so you don't want to use too much of it. And then for this next bit, I'm going to roll my sleeves up. I've been a pastry chef for 25, 30 years, and I've always done this by hand. I've never done it with a spatula and messing around like that, mainly because we didn't have time in commercial kitchens, is to incorporate the flour and the cocoa powder all in together. And for that, I'm just going to use a sieve. Now, a lot of people say by sieving the flour, it makes it lighter. I don't believe that. It's just with the cocoa powder, you end up with lumps in, so you can just press them through. Open up your fingers, in. This is where the letters start to come, mainly because I've left my bracelet on as well. This mixes in so much quicker than if you're doing it with a spatula. And the quicker you mix this, the better it is, because the sooner it gets to the oven. And then pour this mixture into the tins. And then pop it in the oven. Now, after about sort of 30 minutes in the oven, you take them out, and this is what you end up with. Now it's all about filling these, and I'm going to take some double cream, a little bit of gin, to make the filling. done is put any sugar in this because you've got plenty with the syrup, remember. You've got your nice little piping bag. And now really it's an assembly job. So I'm going to cut this probably into 3. Much easier if you do it this way, just to turn the cake every time you do it. Lift this off. Do the same again. I suppose this is a little homage to the great Black Forest Gatto, that 1970s dish that we all fell in love with that you don't really get nowadays. Of course, we've got this gin compote here. I'm going to take some of this liquor to soak in our sponge. Like that. We can then grab our cream. You can just put a little bit of cream on it. And then, of course, we've got this jam out the cherries and the gin. This is where you need to allow this to cool down nicely as well. Take your other bit of the sponge, some more of this syrup, a little bit more cream. Now, always in the back of my head when I'm making this sort of thing, you've got a little voice going, less is more. But I ignore it a lot. Less is more. Now, before I top it with the cherries, take a bit of cocoa powder on the top. And then, this is what it's all about. The gin-soaked fresh cherries. And there you have it. A gin, black cherry, and chocolate cake. Less is more, James. Less is more. Aside from drinking it, I can think of no better way to use that Welsh Foragers gin than in this stunner of a dessert. Coming up, I fulfill yet another boyhood dream. Who is this? Actually driving a sleep train. And I cook up a classic. Golden loveliness.
Rise and recliner chairs from Willowbrook. Sponsors everyday favourites.
Big stars, big drama.
As long as there's breath in my lungs, I'm going to fight for our daughter.
This could get you in serious trouble. I'm already in serious trouble. I haven't really slept since it happened. Since what happened?
I Fought the Law, The Hack and Cold Water, unmissable this month on ITVX.
This is a story that ends in 7 major police investigations, nearly 40 convictions, and some of the most powerful people in this country being brought to their knees.
Redacted. Sorry. Hacking phones at the news of the world has been endemic.
Endemic. They've had thousands. This matters.
Tin hat on. Daniel Morgan, private investigator, was muzzled. He was struck with an axe. No one has been nailed for it.
We caught one conversation between Hillary and Alex Parrish. He knows less knowledge. Southern investigations occasionally do business with the news of the world via him. These so-called journalists didn't find the truth, they just stole. They took. If you can expose the secrecy, you might break the power.
The Hack starts Wednesday at 9 on ITV1 and ITVX.
I want to do one last job with you before I die. We are going to steal a painting from the biggest gallery in Spain. Can you guarantee that you're not going to go rogue? You two deserve each other.
Trust nobody, kid.
New drama, Frauds, this autumn on ITV1 and ITVX.
Are you close?
Closer than we've ever been.
We located the wives and daughters of these high-value targets, and we placed an operative close to them. And we kill the target.
I can't do that.
You need to remember what you're fighting for.
Lioness, available now on ITVX.
The Loose Women podcast is back, and it really is just between us. Your juicy dilemmas and your secret confessions. And some of ours too, just between us. That is crazy. Oh my God! This is Loose Women, and we are looser than ever. It's just between us.
Don't miss our new show where you can win the same prizes as the contestants in the studio.
That reminds me of the
Jamming.
jamming. Jamming.
Jackpot that gets bigger every week. And at the end of the series, one of you could win £1 million.
I watched the jamming today.
The People's Postcode Lottery. Tonight at 7 on ITV1 and ITVX.
What do you remember?
How could you write about this without asking? This is her story.
I pushed it down. Now it's all coming back up.
It is also my story.
What happened to me last night?
Stop!
The secrets.
What do you remember?
One Night. Available now on ITVX.
I have a witness, John. Witness what? I believe my son was murdered.
I don't think it was an accident.
Cold Water continues tomorrow at 9 on ITV1 and ITVX.
It's not too late. But it's too late. It should be gone.
Are these couples finally on the road to happiness?
Boy, where are the boys?
It's happened again.
Or will bad boys always be bad boys?
I can't go another 5 years doing it.
Olivia Atwood's Bad Boyfriends. Tomorrow at 9 on ITV2 and ITVX.
Rise and recliner chairs from Willowbrook. Sponsors everyday favourites.
Welcome back to my Great British Adventure, where Stephen Terry has joined me on my trip to explore Northwest Wales.
That's sensational.
How good is that? But before it all comes to an end, I've got one more treat in store. Now I'm en route through Snowdonia, which is one of the biggest national parks in Wales, covering some 832 square miles. And I'm here to go to a town called Llangollen, I think that's how you pronounce it, to kind of fulfill another boyhood dream, driving a steam train. Llangollen is nestled under the Berwyn Mountains beside the Dee River and is home to the historic Dee Bridge, dating from 1345. It's a picture postcard tourist town with plenty of tea rooms, stacks of fudge, and maybe too many consonants. But I'm here to see the town's historic railway. Ticket, please.
One ticket to go.
Very much. I love steam trains, not in a weird way. I'm not train spotting or anything, all right? Just waiting for a train, but a special train. Here you come. Before this wonderful old train can depart to Corwin, driver Ian and fireman Charlie have to reposition the locomotive to the other end of the train. And then, yes, it's my turn in the driver's seat.
You know what? There's still something magical about a steam train. The power of it, and more power. So basically on a steam train, you need 2 people to work it. We've got Ian here, he's the youngest train driver for this. And then our fireman. I've got a picture of it at home. Gets to about 400 degrees. I think I've been officially called Trump. So how does this work? That's the regulator, lets the steam into the cylinders. That's like your accelerator. Yeah, that's it, makes the wheels go round. That's putting water into the water. We take it straight out of the river and put it in the tank. It's been in the town water. That's one place, isn't it? I don't know what I'm doing. So they're aiming to get up to 25 miles an hour. So if you open the regulator a little bit more.
This way? Oh.
Yeah. That's it. You feel it going a bit? Yeah, that's it. So just let more steam through into the cylinders. What is this? Actually driving a steam train. Can I do that? Yeah. That's all you wanted to do, isn't it? That's all everyone wants to do.
Just about to go into the tunnel here. Just give it a whistle as we go in. See, natural, you know what to do.
Well, what can I say? That is something I've wanted to do for a very long time.
When I was a young kid, my granddad used to work on the railway. He'd be looking down at me now, smiling.
Well, all good things have to come to an end, but what a fantastic experience.
Brilliant. Cheers, guys. Mega.
Time to get back to Llangollen, where the sun has come out to play, and what better location to cook my final dish.
It looks like a film set, but this platform is absolutely beautiful. If you think it looks good that way, just look at it that way. I mean, you've got the church, the river feeds the locomotive, which then powers the whole town. It's just an amazing, amazing story, this. And I thought of a dish that brings back memories of my childhood, really. It's my granddad, because he used to work on the railway. This was as fancy food as it got for him. Chicken Kiev with leeks. So nice and simple for the Kiev. We start off with some garlic, obviously, because this is a garlic butter. Now, you can either cook this beforehand, but I actually like it raw. And then I couldn't resist this amazing wild garlic that when it's in season, you really have to get some. And obviously, we've got a bit of parsley. This is quite unusual for Wales. This is hot at the moment. So my parsley's gone limp, but we just chop that up. So you've got this mixture. Now, chuck it in a bowl, together with some Welsh butter. You can tell good butter, look. So mix all this lot together. Bit of black pepper. And then what we'll do is we'll take our piping bag. So you've got this nice garlic butter. Now, make a little hole. And I'm going to leave that to one side, because this bit is on about our chicken. Always using the breast meat. We remove the skin, so we don't want that bit. Now try wherever possible to buy the chicken with a little fillet underneath. It's this little fella over here. We just pull this off. And then we can basically just cut this into two, like that. And then carefully, with a knife, make a little pocket. And then all we do is we take our little bit of butter and we just squeeze it in, and it puffs up like a little, I was going to say like a balloon, but this is going back to my childhood, like a space opera. Those people under the age of 30 will have no idea what I'm talking about. Just Google it. Another one, little puffs up. There you go. Now you can take your little pieces of chicken, your little fillets, and you can almost plug the hole. It's the whole point about a little Kiev, that it wants to retain that butter. There you go. And then really it's our flour, egg and breadcrumb part of this. Seasoned flour, egg, breadcrumbs. So flour, then in the egg, and then back in the flour. Use a separate hand, like that. Back in the egg, and then in the breadcrumbs. You can make these in advance, of course, put them in the fridge. Right, once you've done your chicken like that, and then what you want is the oil. Medium sort of heat, about 165, 170 for these little fellas. You don't want it too hot, otherwise what's going to happen is your chicken will brown before it's cooked in the middle. Now with this, I'm going to serve leeks. Now if you are going to wash the leeks, the best way to do that is slice it from the top to the bottom, under the tap, rinse it so you get no dirt going inside your leek. But we're on a platform in the middle of nowhere in Wales, so I ain't washing them, because these look pretty clean to me. A little bit of oil. We're just going to stick them in the pan. Just a little bit of colour on the leeks. That's all we need. Just that. And they take very little time to cook. You don't have to be too fancy with them. So we'll get our remaining bit of parsley. We've got the leftover bits of garlic. And then, just to finish these off, we get some double cream. Bit of black pepper. What I will do is add a little bit of this garlic butter. Why not? In here. And then finally, we add the parsley and the wild garlic. Touch of salt. Tiny bit of lemon. They sell big lemons in Wales. Bit of lemon. And then just bring this all together. Nice and simple. Now the leeks are cooked. I can tell this chicken is starting to cook. Ready to plate this. And we can lift our chicken out. Look at this. Look at this. You know the butter's not come out because you can hear it, otherwise it would start sizzling. You know, the fat fryer. Golden loveliness. And then we can just lift our leeks out. Look. We've got this lovely bit of wild garlic with it. So simple. It really is a dish in its own right. Is this. But it's all about the retro Kiev. And there you have it. Look in there, look at that. So that's my chicken Kiev with Welsh leeks. All I need now is a couple of hungry train drivers to taste it. Well, what do you know? Perfect timing.
Yeah, definitely. Marvellous.
Probably want a cold beer after this. He certainly needs a cold beer after this. We've got it. Firing. Welsh leeks. Chicken Kiev. Should I wash my hands? Yeah, you should. Go on, get your mouth in. Go on.
Do the same. Very nice.
See, look, when you just look at this, ready? Watch this. It's like the steam coming out. Look at that. Garlic butter. I'll leave you to enjoy it. Cheers, gents. Thank you.
Marvellous, that is.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. This is just what you need after a day on the foot like this.
Well, North Wales certainly didn't disappoint. And I'm going to leave this beautiful place with some fantastic memories because it's been the best boys' day ever. Not only did I fulfill my childhood dream of practicing falconry and seeing birds of prey close up, but I got to drive a steam train. And to share the day with my good mate Stephen Terry as well, it's been great. And luckily for Stephen and me, our Welsh adventure isn't over just yet. So that's it for North Wales. Now we're heading south into really what is your neck of the woods. Absolutely. South Wales, here we go. South Wales, here we go. Might take a little bit longer than the norm in this car. That's much more fun. That's good fun, isn't it? I love it. I love it. My God hasn't been so close to the tarmac for a long time.
Someone Must Go tomorrow night. All new Olivia Atwood's Bad Boyfriends continues over on ITV2 at 9. Here tonight on ITV1, we join Mel and Sue for Win-Win with People's Postcode Lottery. That's here at 7. And it's the Mitchells versus the Machines next.
Willowbrook sponsors everyday favourites.
I was a dad at school.
It was alright.
Yeah, you go. Look, you know you can talk to me, right?
Actually, Dad, it's just that anytime I go over to her, she doesn't talk to me.
Not hanging about! Whatever you do, don't unleash the beast! Are you ready? Yeah. I need another team of brave treasure seekers. Where to find them?
Heading off on a totally awkward road trip now with flashing images. It's animated fun from the Mitchells versus the Machines.
side. We all want to be the perfect family. But who's perfect, right? Every family has its challenges, from picture
That's my
day
granddaughters.
to picky eaters. For my family, our greatest challenge, probably the machine apocalypse.
The last humans must be here somewhere.
This is Steve. He was taking money out of his mum's purse.
They're coming.
Yeah, that's their old lady. She's no longer with us. She died now.
Or is it? Who are these unstoppable warriors?
Here we are, warriors. Most action heroes have a lot of strengths.
Yeah, look out! Hey, use the weapon.
My family only has weaknesses. My dad kind of reminds me of that
Lovely.
YouTube video of the
Oh,
screaming
yeah.
gibbon monkey. Look out, robots, because we're brave. We are hungry for action and extracted for success. And we have no idea what we're doing. I've always felt a little different than everyone else. So I did what any outsider would do. Made weird art.
Behold! Cinnabon!
Hello, Katie. I'm alive now. Even though I'm a hamburger, I want to go to the big city and be a Broadway star. Razzle dazzle. Oh, my life! Oh, my inner.
I never fit in. For lots of reasons. But movies were always there for me. Alright, Aaron, you're 58 years old, you're a hardened criminal, and you got nothing to lose. Go.
Oh no, it's Dog Cop.
I'm here to bust criminals and lick my own butt. And I'm all out of criminals.
My parents haven't figured me out yet. To be fair, it took me a while to figure myself out. My little brother Aaron gets me, but he's got his own weird interests.
Hi, would you like to talk to me about dinosaurs? No, okay, thank you. Hi, would you like to talk to me about dinosaurs?
My mom says she believes in me. You can do this, but she says that to everyone.
You can look straight. Fellas can. Fellas can. You get an A for effort, Buster Brown.
My dad is an unusual man.
Oh,
He loves nature and can fix anything.
To survive in the outdoors, you'll need to know how to trap wild game. This is very sensitive.
Hey, Mitchell, come on, look to
Hey, who's this curious guy?
He never shared my interests. Hey, you want to see these special effects I made for Dog Cop 5?
Oh, sorry, Katie, I'm a little occupado. Want to check out this mallard? It's dead.
It's
Steinway, yeah. This is a
It's
Steinway
in
versus son.
Besides, I had bigger plans. I've poured everything I had into getting into film school in LA.
Right, I think I'll just put us away now.
So after watching Essex Gun, Saga, and 84 of my finest short films, I'm sure the California College of Film would love to accept Amy Mitchell to film school.
This is what I was saying earlier about when you get a buzz out of seeing someone sad, not crying, and you go, oh, I'm dying, oh yeah, and you start laughing. Yeah, that's not good. Well, like I say, there's people like that. But me, I'm someone that will probably make that person smile.
After all these years, I'm finally gonna meet my people.
Well, someone's in a good mood. Hey, just over last night. Candy face cupcakes. Anytime I miss you, I'm gonna bake you and eat you. Catch cupcake, Mark. Catch cupcake.
Oh, but this time,
You'll get it, buddy.
I'm not sure
Oh
what to put
man,
this
I'm gonna
in.
miss that little dude when I leave. Speaking of which, pal, check me into my plate tomorrow.
Katie,
It's one
you know how velociraptors usually hunt in pairs? Well, what happens when one
No, this is pretty cool.
leaves the pack and
I'll give it. I had to give a taxi driver 10 quid, and I said, "Look, mate, this is a very special £10 note, and it's got the it's got you can see it, but there it is."
what? No, who would want that? That's crazy.
I did actually do this copy.
I'll be up for the idea.
Oh yeah, and when I said about the garden and a nice fish pond and all that little one, well, one man, I know actually a bunch of them from the housing, they come round and destroy the garden. This man is actually getting the fish right out of the pond and chucking them all in the black bin. A bin, a green bin and a black bin. And this man is actually looking for the fishes and he's putting them straight into a bin. He's a horrible, evil bastard. I fucking hate him. I just want to knock him the fuck. But like I say, this is history. I've had to deal with these stupid cunts, these fucking morons. NHS, you know, fucking police, fucking housing. You're just power freaks. You're big bossy bastards. Someone's going to fucking knock you the fuck, man. This is it. This is what's going to happen. One day you might just get attacked and jump and fucking put in a bin, just like you've done with those fish. Fuck off, we don't catch
Put our
that.
phones down and we can make 10 seconds.
The minute I start getting all emotional because of what you do, you go around dominating and destroying people. You're just fucking shit, mate. Really, you're fucking rubbish. Now you're gonna be swearing. I shouldn't swear, but like I say, we're dealing with bastards. This is it. He's a fucking bastard. When you see him, fucking smack him. Bang, 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 bang. Like this,
Katie, it seems like you're not taking this seriously.
What makes you say that?
Guys, everyone, focus.
Okay, now that we're all
Calm
over,
down, Gordy.
I can't wait for you guys to see my new movie.
You know what I mean? The minute I start fucking getting pissed off, I probably wouldn't hurt no one, but the fact is, the feelings. Have you got any feelings, you fucking old bastard? You're probably old now, aren't you, you fucking moron? Putting them fish in the bin, you'll never forget that, will you? And one day, someone might just remember you, fucking old bastard. Yeah, fucking yourself. Go on.
Living with this stuff?
Dad, can you finish watching it at least?
I will. I just worry that you're going to be all the way in California and, we're not going to be able to help you, if things don't pan out.
Then why are you kicking me? I don't understand.
Are you?
What's the news? Oh, fucking.
To give a fair share to all parties, including the Liberal Democrats.
Do you think his crazy stunts are the way to do that, though?
I think giving that interesting visual with the really solid content behind it, so welcoming people in to us so that they can then hear what we're saying, whether it's on carers, whether it's on the economy, whether it's on immigration, is a really good way of doing it. Ed is the most popular party leader if you look at the polling. And if you also look at how the polling is playing out with 18 to 25-year-olds, we're in the top two. We're the most popular party. And so I think we've got a lot to be proud of. We've got a lot to be ambitious for and optimistic for as our 4-day conference begins today.
How worried are you about the rise of Reform? Because, as you said, third largest party in the UK, you're about 13-14% in the polls. Reform, a relatively new party, already on 30%. They're a threat to you, aren't they?
So I worry about populism and I worry about nationalism, and I believe very firmly, and the evidence backs it up, that we Liberal Democrats are the answer to that. We've got people like Farage saying he's a patriot, and then he's off to the States talking down our country. We, the Liberal Democrats, have shown that we are the patriotic, decent force, that actually, when you put it to a vote, when you look at head-to-head competitions in local by-elections, we're winning 80% of those against Reform, far more than any other party. And you look at like the mighty Lib Dems in Durham, who are the only party to have won a seat off Reform. Many have held off challenges, but we're the only ones to be beaten Reform. I am really proud that I stand here in front of you as a member of a patriotic, decent force that is looking to push back against populism and nationalism, and people who are just kind of angry and shouting but don't have the solutions our country needs.
Well, one of the reasons that a lot of people are angry is that issue of immigration, and I wonder what the Liberal Democrats would do differently.
Well, we want to the government to call for a national emergency under the Civil Contingencies Act. The powers are there. We want to see Nightingale processing centres set up, increase the number of people, of caseworkers processing those applications from 2,000 to 4,000, process those applications far more quickly. We are spending £6 million a day on asylum hotels. That's no good for the people in those hotels. They're not able to get on with their lives. The applications should be processed so that those with no right to be here should be sent back swiftly, and those who do get granted refugee status can get on with their lives. They can get home, they can get a job, they can contribute to society. We think it's the right thing to do for the people in hotels. We think it's the right thing to do for the communities hosting those hotels, and it's certainly the right thing to do for the taxpayer.
One of the other key issues, of course, is law and order. People worried about crime in their community. You want to scrap police and crime commissioners. You want to use that money elsewhere. Just explain what the plan is.
I use my dole money.
Yeah, we want to see a police counter in every single community. The police want to be accessible. They want to hear from our neighbours and from our communities when it comes to evidence, when it comes to intelligence. And far too many of my constituents are saying that they just don't see enough of the police. And it can be too difficult to report a crime or to share some intelligence. That's why we're saying that we should have, in every community across the country, an accessible police counter so that people can just stop by, mention a couple of sentences, and that should be where people are already going. So it should be in supermarkets or post offices or the local community centre. That's where the footfall already is, where people are already going. The best policing is when the police are part of our community. And that's why we're saying having every community have an accessible police counter is the way to go.
Lisa Smart, good to talk to you live from Bournemouth. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much.
Now, as London Fashion Week gets underway, there's a warning that thousands of jobs could be at risk across the industry amid the increasing use of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, models including David Gandy and Twiggy have now joined thousands of others backing a campaign that calls for tighter regulation around AI in fashion. Lana Parsons now reports.
A fashion runway like London, Paris or Milan. Except these models aren't real. They've been created by artificial intelligence. And for one of Britain's most recognisable models, it's a warning that AI could mean major job losses, as well as stifling the creativity that the UK fashion industry is known for.
Britain produces some of the greatest models going. And we want to keep that tradition going. It's something we're very good at. And the fashion industry. So you are going to change the fashion industry, I feel, for the worse. And of course, even without the sort of regulatory side or the impact of the monetary side, it's the idea that you're taking away this artistry from people.
Looking back on a successful career, he's now keen to help the next generation by joining others in the industry calling on the government to protect models from having their image stolen or replaced by AI.
Yeah, it's nice. The British fashion industry is huge. It's an enormous amount of money. And it contributes hugely to the British economy, and it uses a huge amount of jobs, everybody from pattern cutters all the way through. But at the centre of it, and the front facing of it is the novel industry, and
I
take
think I'll go
that
with
away, and I think all of the rest of it will begin to fall
Well, I've
apart.
got in my bank.
For many models, work comes from shoots for online retailers, but they're worried they could lose this to AI.
If that's then taken over by AI and being able to just generate images, it means that we don't have that regular income.
Nasia is a model who was shot for the likes of Vogue. She believes she's already had her image stolen by AI and used in an ad.
I got on the tube, and obviously to me was an ad. And the more I was looking at it, the more I could see that it was me because it hadn't changed the pose. It's about consent, that I didn't consent to this.
But some say tighter rules could leave the UK behind in the AI race.
I think more legislation means that we, in the short term, feel comforted that we will be protected against these changes, but in the long term, it means that we will be slower to adapt and therefore be less competitive internationally.
London Fashion Week is known for pushing boundaries, but now the industry is grappling with the changing face of technology. Lila Parsons, BBC News.
Well, there we go. Oh, by the way, I meant to mention.
Why is this going?
Moving on. Strict News back tonight. The launch show.
They're not AI.
They are definitely not. At 6:40 tonight, they've done an analysis actually of the scoring of Strictly over the years. It won't surprise you to hear that Craig Revel Horwood has been the meanest of all the judges, but it has gradually gone up over the last 23 series.
Is he mellowing in his? I don't want to say old age.
Well, let's see tonight, shall we?
Dancing years.
Don't forget that. BBC One and BBC iPlayer tonight at 6:40.
13 minutes to 8. We'll be back with the headlines for you at the top of the hour. But now it is time.
Oh no, it's like this, it's like that, it's like this, it's like that.
The challenge of covering anti-immigration demonstrations. Welcome to Newswatch with me, Samira Ahmed.
Coming up, did the BBC show a bias against the protesters at last Saturday's Unite the Kingdom march? And why did a report on the increase in state pension only give figures for a minority of pensioners? First, President Trump's state visit to the UK this week prompted many uses by reporters of the words pomp and pageantry and provided some impressive pictures for television news bulletins. The splendour of the castle quadrangle, the massed bands of the foot guards and the pipes and drums. And a president soaking up every moment.
Sometimes it's still with that.
As a VIP guest braved a chilly British afternoon. A fly past by the Red Arrows seemed to impress the President and First Lady.
As ever with Donald Trump, reactions to his visit and how it was reported varied widely. The journalist Nicholas Lezard asked on social media, "Have you seen the BBC's coverage of Trump's visit? On their website, it is grovelling to a degree I have never seen from them in my life, and I'm 62 and have seen them grovel a lot." But Noel Dogue watched coverage on BBC and Sky News as their description of pageantry is best. However, the cynical, disrespectful, leftist, anti-Trump running commentary in between was staggering. John H. found the BBC wall-to-wall coverage of Trump totally OTT, while Peter Ogden posted this. "It's a good thing the BBC is impartial, or I'd have thought there was something very weird about BBC London leading its coverage of the Trump visit with a protest by 20 middle-class white women holding handwritten cardboard signs outside Windsor." There was a rather bigger protest in London last Saturday, as that night's BBC One bulletin reported.
Tonight, 26 police officers are injured as more than 100,000 people join a protest organised by the far-right activist Tommy Robinson. One of London's biggest ever rallies staged by the far-right. It ended in violence as Robinson's supporters clashed with police close to a counter-protest.
But did that phrase, one of London's biggest rallies staged by the far right, and the coverage as a whole over the weekend, suggest that all or most of those demonstrating were on the far right politically? Gary Mitchell thought so, and thought that was an unfair reflection of the Unite the Kingdom March. Yes, it was organised by Tommy Robinson's far right, but a majority of us were not far right activists, but normal people who have had enough of what we see and hear every day. The only way we could make it known about the illegal immigrants in our country was to march. Angela Sweeney agreed. All I heard was an emphasis on far right this, far right that, far right activist Tommy Robinson,
Far out, man.
who played down the actual numbers who turned out and exaggerated the so-called attacks on the police and injuries. This is not about far right or left. You are so far detached from the real issue here. Millions of proud British people waving the Union flag, a sight to behold.
All you need is love, love, love is all
Marie
you
Edwards,
need.
though, had a very different concern about the coverage on Saturday.
Love
A
is
lot of
all
attention
you
was
need.
given to the far right group,
Love is
hearing
all
from
you
protesters,
need.
viewing Tommy
Love is
Robinson's
all you
performance and
need.
rallying the protesters, and even showing a clip of Elon Musk supporting the protest and giving his opinion of the British government. Why was he given airtime? By contrast, the airtime given to the anti-racist protesters was minimal. BBC, please do not incite further hatred by giving more airtime to such people than to those who are peacefully protesting in accordance with the law. Well, we wanted to discuss Saturday's reporting with the BBC executive, but we're told no one was available to talk to us. Instead, we were given this response to those points. The BBC explained that the Unite the Kingdom rally was being organised by the far-right activist Stephen Yaxley-Lennon, also known as Tommy Robinson. When interviewing protesters in general, we heard explanations of their reasons for marching, which included levels of migration, illegal immigration, and concerns about freedom of speech. These interviews were included as part of our coverage. On the number of those attending the march, they told us 150,000 is the figure estimated by the police, which is an official source for estimating the size of crowds. And on the charge that too much was made of the violence and arrests that took place, they added, included in our coverage, we reported on the police presence and behaviours of some of the protesters, as well as the Stand Up to Racism counter-protest, which took place nearby. We had reporters and news crews on the ground who were able to give a first-hand account at what took place during the march. Overall, we consider our coverage of the march as fair and accurate across our news network, and we simply reported the events as they unfolded, which included the numbers of those arrested and the pockets of unrest. Now, on Tuesday, the BBC One bulletins reported that those people who reached the state pension age after April 2016 are soon to receive a boost in their income of over £500 a year.
The full new state pension is set to rise by more than £500 to £12,535 from next April, just under the income tax threshold. And pensions last year came at a cost of £138 billion.
Most pensioners, though, aren't on the new state pension, which, as the News at 6 made clear, those statistics referred to, but the old version, which in most cases pays considerably less. Not for the first time, those in the latter category told Newswatch that they felt they had been forgotten. Here's Carol Bowman.
Yeah, I reckon they forgot.
The figures related to the new state pension, I found that very annoying, as the majority of pensioners in this country receive the old basic state pension. In fact, 65% of them, approximately. If you're going to give out these figures to the public in future, could you please quote either the old state pension, because that's more relevant, or both lots of figures, so the public can see that pensioners aren't as wealthy as everybody seems to think they are. I found it most annoying.
Older pensioners will, for the most part, receive almost £3,000 less annually than those on the new scheme after next year's increases. So given that they are in the majority, why weren't those lower figures shown? We asked BBC News for an explanation, but they weren't able to provide one in time for our recording. We'll bring you that next week. And the reverberations were still being felt this week in Westminster over the sacking of Lord Mandelson as the UK's ambassador to the United States. Plenty of analysis on BBC News and questioning of ministers about why he was appointed when his links with Jeffrey Epstein were already known. Keir Starmer spoke about this to reporters on Monday It's Christmas.
Summer, you look like Peter Allen.
Today, the Prime Minister addressed why he appointed as an ambassador a man who was friends with a paedophile.
Had I known then what I know now, I'd have never appointed him. I have confidence in him, and he's playing an important role in the UK-US relationship.
And why on earth did he so strongly defend Lord Mandelson last Wednesday lunchtime, only to sack him less than a day later?
Terry Conway had this reaction to the reporting this week. I find it both hypocritical and astonishing that the media, including the BBC, are now up in arms about Peter Mandelson's appointment as ambassador to the United States. Though I totally agree with his sacking, I do not agree with the media's holier-than-thou attitude, saying all the facts were known at the time of his appointment. If this was the case, then why on earth weren't the press and TV news all over this at the time? Derek Fryatt echoed that. I am amazed at the hypocrisy of all the journalists who are so critical at the actions of the Prime Minister. I have only heard one admit that nobody in the media raised the friendship of Mandelson and Epstein when he was being put forward as ambassador. All the questions were whether he'd be acceptable to Trump. Now they all ignore their past failure and heap criticism on the PM. There was an unusual tale at the end of last Friday's News at 6. A couple who got married 4 years ago noticed there was a stranger in their wedding photo, and after tracking down the mystery man, the bride finally found out why he was there.
So how did Andrew end up at Michelle's wedding? He was supposed to be at a different ceremony 2 miles away, and when he arrived, he was expecting to see a different bride.
You can't exactly just get up and walk out of a wedding. So eventually the ceremony ends, and right as I lift myself out the seat, there's somebody, can we get everybody together for some group photos, please? And I'm just like...
Reaction, Rory Bailey. I am baffled by the story on the BBC News website and BBC 6pm News of the stranger at the wedding. How is this newsworthy? Surely people end up at the wrong venues numerous times throughout the year. So why has this made the national news? Incredibly disappointed. David Callow was equally unimpressed. I've just received a news flash on my app. It turns out that the breaking news was a mystery wedding guest being identified 4 years after the wedding. I don't believe this really counts as news. I know this is something you've spoken about in the past, so I was hoping that things would improve, but seemingly not. Thank you for all your comments this week. And do remember, we welcome compliments as well as complaints about BBC News coverage. At the end of the year, we'd like to mention some of the reporting that you've admired, so do let us know if there is an investigation, an interview, or any other part of the output you'd like to flag up. And if you want to share your opinions about what you see or hear on BBC News, on TV, radio, online and social media, email newswatch@bbc.co.uk, or you can find us on X at newswatchbbc. You can call us or WhatsApp us on 0370 010 6676, and do have a look at previous interviews on our website, bbc.co.uk/newswatch. That's all from us for now. Thank you for joining us. Do think about getting in touch and perhaps even coming on the programme. And we'll be back to hear more of your thoughts about how the BBC covers the news next week. Goodbye.
We've had injuries, we've had shouting, and in between everything, we've had some half-decent cricket.
I've got no idea how this is going to go.
Why can't we do this again?